you spent a fair bit of time on ASAT ranking out there today. How tough a challenge is that, given that training?
No, he's a good player. I mean, we know what he's like come season, but how electric he is, and and he's turned up and he's going really, really well. So, I mean, it's no surprise that he's a pretty hard player to play on. So, I don't envy the boys that have to take him on in the real games. But it's good fun. It's good learning for me, and I think he makes a lot of boys better out there as well. So it's exciting.
We always read a lot into the ones versus twos. Probably means less in January than it does in April or whatever. But how does that work like today? Do they say we want to Isaac to go playing on you, or you would go playing on Isaac? Or how do you sort of work that stuff week to week?
I think it's like at this time of the year, like I think you're right. It doesn't necessarily it's not be all and end all. I think they're trying to find a few different dynamics and things like that. So I don't know if they think too far in depth about different matchups and things like that. And but it's more about just trying to get, I guess, the main bunch to play a bit more footy with each other, and then give boys opportunities to play in different positions or different roles, and keep building on, I guess, the games that they want to play.
So what was the instruction for you then today, mate, given you were largely playing with a lot of the younger blokes on that line?
There wasn't necessarily too much instruction. I'll read my name up on the board and that's where it is, and there's a few different spots, but I think it's obviously quite young in that I guess the white team today, and it's an opportunity for me to see how I can go and how I can lead, and obviously we're learning different things, and all the younger boys are learning different things as well. So as I said, it's an opportunity for me to keep growing and keep kind of practicing being what's important for us on field, and talk and I guess play the way we want to play, whether no matter where you're playing or what team you're at.
I know you said it doesn't matter what team you're playing in January, but do you feel this year personally, is there an added pressure on your position and the positions around you?
I wouldn't necessarily say solely, but absolutely. I think, the boys we've brought into the club they've been training unbelievably well. They've brought in a good set of experience, and we want to be, I guess, ultimately a better team. So with that comes pressure on spots, and myself absolutely, but I think all over the field, I think there's a great deal of pressure for spots, and as a club, I think that's a really important place to be.
We've seen Curtin training in the ones the last couple of sessions as well, but also down forward. He's touched on his development, and can we expect him to be up forward this year? Yeah, I think, personally, I haven't necessarily spoken too much about where he's going to play, but that is where he's, been training a little bit, and he looks pretty scary down there. I've been matched up on him a couple of times, and he's a big, strong boy. He's in his second year. He's running extremely well and covering the ground really well. So, no, I'm really, really excited what he's going to bring, and I love him as a teammate as well. So it's really exciting what he's doing.
Just on that competition with spots, you sort of touched on it, but you bring in someone like Cumming and you get an All-Australian halfback and lead his own back there. Do you sort of go, as someone who's been such a regular back there, is that a wake-up call to everyone? You go, well, no spots guaranteed?
Absolutely. I think at this level, in this day and age of footy, I think there's pressure for spots everywhere, and I would be, silly to not take that on, not see that and then go, all right, where can I improve? How can I get better? And not get comfortable. I think that's a really important thing. And personally, I don't feel like I've really ever got comfortable. I spent a lot of time in the twos in my early stage of the career, and you're right. I've played a bit of footy in the last 2 or 3 years, but I still don't think personally I'm where I want to be, and I still want to improve and play my role for the team, and be a part of, I guess, a winning team, and ultimately. So where I can play that and improve, and where that will be will be. So I'm excited to see where that comes.
Where does Brody Smith sit in the pecking order? So trying a bit in that A's side there. Obviously, there's been players that have come in as well. Is it going to be a year where he might be more of a leader around training, and it's going to be more of a struggle to break into that side?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think personally, I think he's got so much to give left at AFL level. We've seen how much of a superstar he is. You mentioned Lairdy being All-Australian. I'm pretty sure Smithy's an All-Australian back there as well. So he brings a wealth of experience naturally, and I'm regularly in chats about where I can do or what I can do to help my game, and he's always there as a shoulder to lean on almost. So to be fair, I don't really know where that lies with him. I think the way he's attacked the off-season and the pre-season, and as you said, he was part of that one side today. So that adds to that pressure in spots. I think he obviously missed a little bit of footy, and he's got a big fire in his belly to go forward and put his best foot forward.
I imagine pre-seasons tend to blend into one, but this one does seem to have a pretty significant intensity about it. Has it felt that way for you seeing back-to-back match sim sessions? Is that typical?
I mean, we did kind of what we did today most sessions, and we'll do a bit more match play on Friday, and that will be a bigger day. But I think you're right. I think the boys are, they're in a spot where, we want to be a good quality AFL side. We want to push to win games of footy, and I think, naturally after last year and what came there, I think there's a few disappointed boys as you would expect. So naturally we're all trying hard. We're all trying our best, and I think what we're seeing is really exciting, and we're really excited to play a bit more footy and see where we can end up.
Isaac Cunning thrown into the main group on Monday. Where do you sort of see him fitting in terms of his wing halfback?
Again, I'm not too sure. I mean, personally, I hope he's playing a bit more wing, so there's an extra spot there for me to slot into. But no, I couldn't be more impressed with him. He's such a quality human being, and I actually had a bit to do with him when in my kind of draft year. We've kind of kept tabs since. So no, I'm really excited to see what he brings, and wherever that's going to be, I think he's going to be a really big addition to our AFL side. And I mean, as you guys are, I guess, watching, and as I'm seeing, he covers the ground well. He uses the footy so well. So, no, I'm really, really excited to see what he's going to bring.
Yeah, a couple of the other new boys. Just a quick impression on Pete.
Mate, he's unbelievable. He's been super impressive as well. He's come over and he's worked kind of in and under, and his spread and how kind of fast he is and electric around the stoppage. He's been super impressive, and I get along with him really, really well. So that's always a good positive there as well. So, but I mean, these two boys, I think obviously Alex Neil-Bullen's brought a wealth of knowledge and experience, and I'm really excited to see what he brings as well. So. I think, there's probably three boys while the intensity and stuff's all looking good at the moment, and I think there's just a good feeling in the air, and the boys want to improve and get better, and so it's good.
You and that leadership group last year, there's been a lot of talk that Alex just seamlessly will transition into there. Is that a role that, if that happens, you could see him thriving on straight away?
It's honestly hard to know for me. I mean, like he's, how he speaks in front of the group, and I guess he's a bit older, and it's probably what the group's need a little bit is, that A-grade talent and that wealth of knowledge he's brought, as I've mentioned a few times. So however that turns out, I mean, I dare say so maybe, but it's hard to know. I think whatever role he's going to play, he's going to be big as well. So we haven't really covered off too much of that just yet, but I mean, I look up to him already really, really highly, and I'm really excited for what he's going to bring as well.
Just on that leadership, we've got Joel Selwood and Aaron Phillips sitting up in the stands today. There's so much wealth of experience between those two as well. I guess you had a chance to pick their brains, and how great is it to have them watching them? Yeah,
I think they were in today with maybe the Fox Footy crew or something, but I think we're going to spend a bit of time this afternoon. So maybe that's time to. I mean, as a youngster, Joel especially, he's. A lot of kids my age would have watched a lot of his footy and how he went about it. So no, it's exciting. It's good to have, I guess, those quality people around the organisation, the club, and to be able to pick their brains. It's always good. So excited for that.
Last year in that leadership group, there were a few boys that were in and out of the side a lot, and when things weren't going well, a lot of fans turned to the leaders, and the leaders weren't in the team. How was that period of time for a few of those boys?
Yes, it's always, I think, probably personally, like it's hard to get a complete grasp of the situation. Like you're looking out, from looking out, you're looking in, and things like that. I think internally things are probably a little bit different than just surface level. I guess different teams and stuff are doing it now as well to have larger groups, and whatever that looks like for us this year, I'm not too sure, but. I mean, on the individual, I'm sure it's harder. There's always that maybe that little bit of expectation that's added, and maybe that little bit of pressure. But I think at the end of the day, the boys want to, play their role in the team and to win games of footy. And I guess we didn't go as well as we wanted to go last year. Boys probably didn't have the seasons they wanted to have last year. So, I mean, it was hard, I guess. But it's like. I don't know if that was, the complete reason. It's the sole reason of why, things went the way they did, I guess.
Do you think in an ideal world, most of the leadership groups play in AFL every week?
I mean, it's hard. It's hard. I think, I spent a bit of time at Brisbane going back a few years now, and that was probably the first time I experienced having a bit of a bigger leadership group. And, I came from a space there where there was a few boys that played a bit of twos footy whilst they were still there. So I might have a little bit of a different perception on it personally. I can see the arguments that come that, the best players should be the best leaders, should be playing every week. I can absolutely see that argument. Personally, maybe not. I think the people that are around the club every day and, almost showing everyone, bringing the younger boys up and almost showing everyone what, takes to, to be an Adelaide player or be a positive person around the club is also really important. So it's hard to just keep it like service level of just how well they're playing on the weekend.
You always hear from the best teams and clubs that they're led by the players. It's the players that drive the standards. Do you feel that this group is there now? And who are some of the players that, aside from the leaders you were talking about, who are sort of standing up now?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think you've got to have buy-in from all the players in any successful organisation, I think, or sporting team. To be completely honest, I think from what we've been building the last couple of years, especially on the training track, especially what we're doing away from the club in terms of our off-season training and stuff. There's been such a big buy-in. I mean, most of you guys here probably have made reports on seeing so many boys down at Karen Rolton Oval in the off-season and things like that. So personally, I think the standards have been driven really, really hard. So that's always good to see. It's hard to say we're there ready yet. We haven't played any footy, but I think we're on the right track. I think we're trending in a direction that's positive. And I've harped on a little bit, but I'm just so excited to kind of get back out there playing again and see where this group can go. It's really exciting.
Those injuries that killed you so much last year, you talk about the boys you've brought in. Do you feel like you've strengthened that depth there where obviously you can't control how many injuries, but do you feel like you're better placed maybe to deal with 2 or 3 this year than maybe you were last year?
Yeah, I think so. We've definitely had, we've brought in a few players and naturally what you probably hope for is, you get that growth from the younger boys as well. So, your Jakey Saligos, your Maxi Michelanis, like these boys that, they're going to lift up the boys as well. And also you bring in some genuine A-grade talent as well. So, that's always going to be positive and, so it's going to be really exciting.
One of those gets a little bit lost when you talk about the new recruits and some of the injury guys that come back is Junior. Nice little sidestep in the middle of the ground today. What have you seen from him and how's he trained? He's hard to. Personally, I haven't forgot what he can bring, but he's how explosive he is and how hard he is at the footy. And he's such a great person to kind of stand next to. I think personally, I really enjoy playing side by side with him and you're exactly right. It's easy to look past him, and he's probably happy for that to, that to be how it is. But no, he's so good to have back in the main group, and to see him going how he's going, he's been really, really impressive on the track as well. So, it's going to be good, I think.
Great, thanks guys.
Thanks guys.